Hi everyone children. Children, today we are going to revise the chapters which are coming in your annual exams. Right? The first chapter which is coming is force. Right? The chapter is force and pressure. Okay, we have children already done this chapter and we just need to revise this. Clear? Now, so when we are talking about this chapter, first of all, let us know what is force. Children, push or pull is known as force. Right? Push or pull is known as force. Now children, for a force to come into play, objects must interact each other. Okay, objects must interact each other. Right? Now children, a force can be described by stating its magnitude and the direction. How can you describe the force? It can be described by the magnitude and the direction. Okay, it can be done by the magnitude and the direction. Now children, for next what we can talk about, force can make a moving thing object or it can stop a moving thing, right? Both the things can be done by the force. It can make a stationary object move or it can change the position of the object which is moving. It can change the speed of the moving object and it can change the direction of a motion of a moving object. And force can change, of course, the shape of the object or the size of the object also. Now muscular force, children, when we are talking about the types of force, we know that they are of two types of forces. One is the contact force. Example of contact forces is muscular force. And what is the other force? Contact force, muscular and frictional force. These are the example of contact force. Right? Now, when we are talking about the non-contact force. So children, these are the types of contact. Now let us talk about the non-contact force. Non-contact force, they are the gravitational force, right? This is the example of non-contact force. Gravitational, magnetic and electrostatic. Magnetic and electrostatic. They are the types of non-contact forces. Right? Now children, what is gravitational? Gravity is present in the earth. Like earth pulls everything towards itself due to the gravity. Now children, what is weight? Weight is the measure of earth's gravitational pull on the object. When you say weight of anything, that is actually the gravity. Earth is pulling everything towards itself, right? We all know. So what is weight? Is the measure of earth gravitational pull on the object. Whatever force is applied by the earth on the object to pull itself, that is the weight of the object. Now children, the effect that a contact force depends on the magnitude of the force and the area over which it acts. Magnitude and area. Magnitude and area. Children, the effect, you can say, the effect that a contact force depends. Contact force is depending on the magnitude and the area. Now, move to the pressure. Okay, what is pressure? Pressure is equal to force upon area. Right? You can say if area increases, pressure decreases, and if the pressure increases, area decreases. Okay, so it depends upon the area. If area is more, the pressure can be reduced. If area is less, the pressure can be increased. Okay. Now, you can say that pressure in a liquid, when you are talking about pressure in liquids, it increases, in liquids, increases with depth. Okay, pressure increases with depth. Right. Now children, the pressure which is exerted by the air, the pressure exerted by the air is known as air pressure. Am I clear with that? That the pressure which is exerted by the air, that pressure is known as air pressure. Now move to the next lesson, that is sound. Now children, let us talk about sound. Sound is produced by rapid to and fro motion. Rapid to and fro motion produces sound. Right? The maximum distance to which an oscillating object moves from its central position is called amplitude. Now children, what is amplitude? Amplitude is the maximum. Suppose this is a wire which is moving, so this distance is known as amplitude, or you can say that it is the maximum distance to which an vibrating object moves from its central position. Okay. Now what is time period? The time taken to complete one oscillation is the time period. Right. The number of oscillations per second is called frequency. Now what is frequency? Number of oscillations per second is known as frequency. Pitch of the sound depends on the frequency of the vibration. Quality of a sound is determined, children, by frequencies present in it and their relative loudness. Okay, next now we talk about the human ear. When we are talking about the human ear, we see there are different parts of the human ear. It hears the sound. Children, the sound which is less than 20 hertz or more than 20,000 hertz can not be heard, right? Only the sound can be heard by us which is in between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Human ear can do that. Now children, sound needs a medium to travel. The medium can be solid, liquid or gas. Sound needs a medium to travel. Okay. Now children, we know about the echo. What is an echo? Echo is the reflection of sound by a hill or by a building. Soft surfaces are considered as better absorbers, right? Soft surfaces, they are considered as the better absorbers, and humans, they produce sounds in the larynx. Now children, when we talk about the musical instruments, they are of two types: wind instrument, right? Wind, string and percussion. These are the three types of string and percussion. These are the three types of instruments which we know. Now children, what is noise? Excessive sound or unpleasant sound is known as noise. Okay. Now children, after completing this, let us talk about the chemical effects of electric current. Chemical effects. Okay, when we are talking about the chemical effects of electric current, children, we see that now what do we talk about this? The flow of electrons constitute electric current. The flow of electrons constitute the electric current. Conventional current flows from positive to negative. Children, conventional current, it flows from positive to negative. Conventional currents, like most liquids that conduct electricity. Which liquids conduct electricity? Solutions of acids, bases and salts, right? These solutions, they conduct electricity. An electric current can bring about a chemical change also. Now children, the process of breaking up of an electrolyte, the process of breaking up of electrolyte, right? How the electrolyte is breaking up? Chemically, on passing electric current through it, is known as electrolysis. Now, electrolysis is used for electroplating. Electroplating is a method where electrolysis process is used. Okay, so this is about the chemical effects of electric current. Now, let us talk about reflection of light. Reflection of light. Children, when we are talking about the reflection of light, we know that there is diffused and regular reflections. What are they? When a ray of light is falling on a smooth surface, we see regular reflection, and when a ray of light is falling on rough surface, we see diffuse reflection. So children, you can also say that when a beam of light falls on the smooth surface, it gets reflected in one direction. Okay, that is also known as diffuse reflection. Now children, when we are talking about reflection, we see there are two laws. One is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Second law is that incident ray, reflected ray and normal, all of them lie on the same plane. Now children, the image formed by the plane mirror, the image which is formed by a plane mirror is always virtual, right? We always see a virtual image which is formed by the plane mirror. Now, a number of images, children, there is also one principle which is known as multiple reflection. Okay. Number of images are formed if the object is placed between two mirrors at an angle. This principle is used in making a kaleidoscope. Multiple reflection is used in making a kaleidoscope also. Now plane mirrors are used. What are the uses of plane mirrors? They are used as looking glass. They are used to reflect light on object in solar cookers and in kaleidoscopes also. Children, periscopes are also using these plane mirrors. Okay, this is about reflection. Now let us talk about refraction of light. Okay, this is about reflection, and now we are talking about refraction of light. You can say refraction of light, and we are talking about dispersion also with this. Now, when we are talking about this, children, the bending of light, what is refraction? A ray of light always bends when it moves from one medium to the other medium. When a ray of light is moving from a rarer medium to the denser medium, it will always bend towards the normal, and when a ray of light is moving from the denser medium to the rarer medium, it will always go away from the normal. Right? Light is bending towards the normal at the point of incidence. Where it is bending at the point of incidence as it passes from one medium to the other medium. Children, due to reflection, due to refraction, that a swimming pool appears less deep. Okay, due to the refraction, the swimming pool appears less deep, though it is, I mean, more. You can measure the depth of the swimming pool. If you measure it properly, that is the real depth. But when you look from upper side, you will see it is not so depth. So that depth is known as apparent depth. So children, you can say that the refraction always, due to refraction, a swimming pool appears less deep. And same thing you can do when you put a pencil in a beaker. The same thing you can notice over there also. A glass slab causes a ray of light to be laterally displaced after refraction. There is a glass slab, children. This glass slab causes a ray of light to be laterally displaced after refraction through it while remaining parallel to the incident ray. It is always remaining parallel to the incident ray. What happens with the prism? Okay, prism causes an incident ray to be deviated. When an incident ray falls on it, it little bit deviates from the normal. So prism is showing angle of deviation, right, from its path, which is known as angle of deviation. A prism causes, now another work of the prism, it causes to split white light into 7 colors, which is known as dispersion. Dispersion is splitting of white light into 7 colors, and the band of 7 colors is also known as, what is that known as? Band of 7 colors is known as spectrum. Clear? Now, when we talk about now lenses, okay, there are 2 types of lenses. This is convex lens and this is concave lens. This lens is known as concave lens, right? So children, you say that the convex lens always forms real inverted image of the object which is kept beyond its focal point. They are all having a focal point. So if the object is beyond the focal point, the image will always be real and inverted. Okay, now what happens to the concave lens? It forms a virtual, real and diminished. In this case, the image is always virtual, image is always erect and diminished. In this condition, this lens is also known as diverging lens and this lens is also known as converging lens. Clear? This is about the different types of lenses. Now children, after doing this refraction and reflection, let us talk about the last chapter, which is pollution of air and water. Pollution of air and water. Right? We all know, children, that if the water is polluted, it causes lots of harm. When the air is polluted, it also causes a great harm. So water is renewed continuously. Now children, when we are talking about water, let us talk about the water cycle. Water cycle helps to renew the water continuously in nature, right? Water which is containing harmful impurities, they are known as pollutants, which are making the water polluted. Pollution occurs due to dumping. Now why this pollution occurs in the water? Due to dumping of waste, untreated sewage, factory waste, hospital waste, and due to runoff pesticides and fertilizer which farmers are using in the farmers. And when it rains, the water, these pesticides and fertilizers, they dissolve in water and this water is moving into the water bodies, hence making the water body also impure. Water can be made potable. What is potable water? The water which is fit for drinking. That water is known as potable water, and this can be filtering and killing germs. We can make water potable by filtering it or by killing germs which are present in it. Water can be conserved by avoid. How can you conserve water? We should avoid wastage of water. We should use better methods of irrigation. We should use better ways of taking bath. Like if you take bath with help of bucket and mug, we know that we are using 1 bucket water or 2 bucket water. If you start taking shower, there is no control on us that how much water we are wasting. Okay. So children, water pollution can be controlled by treating the sewage waste or factory waste to remove the harmful organisms. Water, when the water gets polluted, it should not be allowed to flow into the water bodies, because the whole water body is going to be affected by it, and the life which is present in the water body will also be affected by it. Clear? Now children, let us talk about air pollution. When we are talking air, we know that air is polluted mainly because of there are number of things which makes the air polluted. One thing is SPM is making the air polluted, carbon dioxide gas, carbon monoxide gas, sulfur trioxide gas. Okay, sulfur dioxide, trioxide both. You can say sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, chlorofluorocarbon. All these gases are making the air polluted. Excessive carbon dioxide. When carbon dioxide is excess in number, it causes global warming. Okay, it causes global warming. Now children, how can we control this? Planting of trees, using smokeless stoves, using smokeless fuels also, using catalytic converters in the vehicles, and removing pollutants from factory gases before releasing it into the air. These are few ways by which we can control the air pollution. Children, we need to control air pollution as well as water pollution, because these both things are very important and we need to keep them always. We need to keep them pure. We need to take care of them. Clear? Okay children, so that's all with all the chapters. Thank you so much children.